my camera stand. Yeah, tripods, which are totally not music stands. Do not question it. Okay, so that's the set. I gotta wait for more people to come in. No rush, no rush, hang on. Hi, hello. Hang on. I was gonna have a camera stand for this. Hello, really useful Trackmaster fan. Hi. This isn't working how I expected. A lot of things don't work how I expect them to. I've learned that. Also, Happy New Year's Eve, by the way. I probably should mention it. Please do not mind my basement. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay. So, I'll just wait until more people come in, and then I'll explain my... Hi, Happy New Year. Hello, everyone. Get some people in here, and I will explain... Gosh dang it. I'll get some people in here, and I will explain my plan of action, what I've got going on here, and why I am building Kearney, Nebraska, of all places. Yeah. Why I am building a mock-up of Kearney, Nebraska, specifically the Union Pacific Main Line in Kearney, Nebraska. I will explain why I am doing that, and yeah, I just gotta do some stuff. Hang on. Okay. I was gonna have somewhere to hold my camera up, but I did not. I was gonna have somewhere to hold my camera up, but it did not go how I expected it to, so that's why we're here. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, really useful Trackmaster fan, but contrary to popular belief, don't worry, because I'm not exactly dealing with the best budget value either. So I get you. I feel you. Alright, I think this is kind of working. Kind of. Alright, I think you guys can see that. So, for those of you who watch Virtual Railfan, hopefully you can kind of recognize this as Union Pacific's main line in Kearney, Nebraska. Now, the reason why I am building a replica of Union Pacific's main line in Kearney, Nebraska is because I am doing it for an upcoming video. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm doing it for an upcoming video, and as some of you might know, Virtual Railfan's pretty strict about their policies on using their content in other people's videos, so I figured, well, it's not like I'm gonna be able to use their footage, so why don't I recreate it myself? Now, sure, this isn't the most cost-effective way to do it, but I mean, it's cool. It's cool to do it. It's fun to do it. And just be a nice way to use my model making. CSX yard in New Martinsville. Maybe. I have considered building a model of CSX's line through Ashland, Virginia, which is also a popular Virtual Railfan camera, but we'll just see, because I don't have that much CSX. I've been trying to get more. I just haven't seen it very much lately. So I guess our plan of action right now is to ballast this thing. Now, you might be thinking, train person, that isn't very good to have ballast on an air hockey table. That's going to be a very big mess. Well, don't worry, because I have paper. Yo, Mr. Marquette, hello. I gotta get a chair, because I'm going to be doing this on my knees if I don't. Let me get a chair, hang on. I'll be right back. I gotta get some stuff. Okay, so I have a book. I will check the chat. Hang on. Alright. So, I'm back. So, you might think it's very messy to have ballast on an air hockey table. That would make a big, nasty mess, and we do not want that. But don't worry, because I set down paper, and I got paper from this old sketchbook. Hello, Neo. Hi, Neo. Good job. Really useful Trackmaster fan for catching CSX 12. I don't actually see that much CSX stuff, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, I have this sketchbook, which I got for a drawing class in school many years ago, but I have not used it ever since, so I figured I ripped out some pages from this, taped them together, and set it down on the air hockey table, kind of like as a way for me to put ballast on it without making a mess. So basically what happens is, when I finish doing what I have to do with this layout, and I can clean it all up, that'll give me a way to, since I have paper laid down, there won't be a big mess of ballast. I just have to move the paper a bit, and it'll be like nothing ever happened. And even if there is a little tiny mess of ballast, it won't be nearly as bad as if I didn't have paper there. So it's basically like a precautionary measure. So yeah. And it's not like I was doing anything else with this sketchbook anyway, so if anything, I'm just finding a new use for it. Because it's not like I was gonna use it again. I haven't used it for years. My drawing sucks anyway. Like, this is something I drew. This was several years ago. Merry 2023, hello, Happy New Year. These were my drawings. Basically just took notes in here and stuff. Hello everybody, I'm showing off my drawing. It's not very good. So yeah, basically this is my drawing sketchbook. And I haven't used it for a very long time. So I've just been using the pages from this as a way to put the ballast on my layout. It's more of a diorama, I guess you could call it. But yeah, it's been pretty cool, and I've made some good progress with it. I wanted to make a stream about building this, but I just wasn't able to, so you're just seeing it as it is. And for those who are wondering why I am making a model of Kearney, Nebraska, I kind of already explained it, but basically I want to use it for a video, but Virtual Railfan doesn't like people using their footage for their videos. So to spare myself the hassle, and to spare them the hassle of getting the footage for me and giving me the permission and all that, I just figured, you know what, I'm just going to make it myself. It's a lot more fun, and it's not as much of a headache. It's not as lengthy of a process. That sort of thing. So that is why we have this little mock-up of Kearney, Nebraska. Now I'm just ballasting it so it looks all nice. And I have been I have looked at the Virtual Railfan cameras for reference, just to see, like, okay, this is where certain buildings are supposed to be, this is how it's supposed to be laid out, just to get the basic look of it, I guess. So, yeah, that's pretty nice. And, it's not going to be a 100% precise replica, but, yeah, it's not going to be a 100% museum quality replica, partially because my lighting does not match it very much, but it's going to be at least close. Like, if you watched Virtual Railfan, you could tell this is supposed to be Kearney. That's basically what I'm trying to give off. So as long as I get just the basic, bare minimum, we're good. It doesn't have to be a perfect replica, just, like I said, a mock-up. And that's nice. Okay, so, looking at this, This is our Woodland Scenics ballast. It is almost empty because I have used a lot of it. And, yeah. It's also a nice way to put some good use to my two Union Pacific engines, 5714 and 5799. I threw in a BNSF engine just because I wanted 3 engines on a train. I only had 2 Union Pacific engines, so I needed foreign power. So BNSF was my foreign power. So yeah, and that has happened before, so it's still accurate. Hello, new viewers. I hope you're all having a good New Year's Eve. Yeah, I'm just building for New Year's Eve. Pretty fun. Alright. One nice thing I've noticed is that this Woodland Scenics ballast blends in rather well with my Kato Unitrack. I first bought this back in March when I went to Trains and Toy Soldiers. Or no, whoops, I meant the House of Trains. When I went to the House of Trains, it's a train store in Omaha, Nebraska. It's pretty cool. I just got more Unitrack there. This switch I got at this switch I got at House of Trains. I got all this ballast at House of Trains. So yeah. And I didn't know at the time that it blended well. I just saw I needed ballast. That one looked the best, so that was what I got. And here we are. Yeah, that's the thing. The weird thing about ballast is, like, it looks good with certain types of track. Like, this type of ballast looks good with my Kato Unitrack, but it doesn't look good on, it doesn't look good on the permanent HO layout that I have over there. And the ballast that I have over there, it looks okay here, but, like, this darker ballast just blends in better, in my opinion. It just transitions. Anyway, drama going on in the chat. Can we, like, yeah. Hello, Dillian Train Studios. Happy New Year's Eve. Nice to see you here. Yeah, hello, chat. When Escapees 5. Be patient, okay? I'm making stuff. I have a job, I have school, I'm a busy man. Kind of. I'm saving for the big trains. It is coming! Be patient! Do you know how edgy I was back then? Oh my gosh. Okay, so Escapees was this dumb short film I made back when I was an edgy prick back in 2020, and I didn't know any better. That's what it is. It's an inside joke. Escapees 5 is coming. Be patient. Okay, Neo, I will send it to you. Just moving on. If you couldn't tell, I don't really like my 2020 self. For many, many, many reasons. Alright. I'm just straightening out the ballast here so it looks good in relation to the track. Normally when I put down ballast, I have like this spoon and I just get a good old scoop of ballast and set it down across the track. But I've learned another strategy, basically just open the little thing and just sprinkle it down like Parmesan cheese on spaghetti. Don't question my analogies. Parmesan cheese on spaghetti and I spilled onto the tracks. this strategy might not work with the train right there. Alright. So... Also, I've been liking this, I've been liking these new engines. They're good. 5714 and 8010, my new BNSF Givo. Just like that. Just spread it down on the track like Parmesan cheese on spaghetti. That is my analogy. Do not question it. Parmesan cheese on spaghetti. Let me think of some other analogies. Parmesan cheese and spaghetti. What else? What else? I know I can think of more analogies. What are they? I'm just checking chat. And the hopper just fell off the tracks. I have a little grain hopper here just because if you need something, okay. I have a grain hopper here just because it's next to a grain elevator. They have those, and on the actual Kearney camera on Virtual Railfan, there is usually a hopper or two right on the siding next to the grain elevator. Because Union Pacific has a triple track main line, and then this fourth track is basically just a siding, and then this fifth track is basically a siding within a siding that both serve the grain elevator. So that's cool. And in actuality, the Union Pacific main line looks very different to this. The three main tracks have stone ties. These have wooden ties. This track is in far more used shape, so these don't look exactly the same. But once again, it doesn't have to be a precise replica of Kearney, just something that will get the point across. This is supposed to be Kearney. Something like that. And I could have done this in Train Simulator or something like that, but one thing, I do not really have much experience in Train Simulator. The only Train Simulators I have are Train Simulator 2006 and Train Driver 2, which is basically the mobile train simulator. That's it. So that's my only experience with Train Simulator, and that's all. So there's that reason, and also the reason I just like making models of stuff. I know it's more expensive, I know it's not as accurate, I know that I'm very limited in space and budget and a lot of other things, but it's just fun. It's just fun. It's fun, I'm more used to it, it lets me use what I have, and if you prefer Train Simulator, that's okay. If you hit 3K subs by March, you need to make an Escapees 10 episode series. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to think about that, but maybe. Maybe. I will not say no, alright? I will not say no to that, but it is a maybe. We will hold it in question. Yes. Yes, what is your question? Yes, really useful Trackmaster fan. What is it? There is no there is what? Oh, come on. What are you gonna do? Hack into my channel and make an Escapee series? Preconditioning. What are you gonna do? Hack into my channel and make a bunch of... Oh my gosh. What have I done? I've created a monster. See, that's why I don't like my 2020 self. I did a bunch of stupid stuff that bites me in the back 2 years later. Almost 3 years later, because Happy New Year. Do you have a 00 gauge? I do, yes. I don't have very much of it, but I have This Is Your Fault G. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You made straight heat. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'll give you that, but, and now I want more. Well, just be patient. Has your mommy ever taught you about patience? Why is it? Anyway, to answer your question, I do have double O gauge trains. Back in February, I got 2 Hornby steam engines, and I like them. They're cool. And I'm contemplating getting more Hornby stuff, or just double O gauge stuff in general, but we'll have to see about that. We'll have to see what happens. Because there's a lot of stuff that I want to do, and I'm kind of limited in my options. But let's just say, Hornby inflation hitting hard. Yeah. But I wouldn't be getting stuff from the Hornby website. Usually, I'd get Hornby from one of 2 places. Train shows or eBay, which are the 2 places I get trains from anyway. Actually, I haven't been using eBay that much lately. Yeah, I haven't really done much with eBay for a while. It's mostly been train shows that I've gotten a lot of my trains from. Oh my gosh! Alright, if you don't hit 3K subs by March, you gotta make an... Bruh! What's that double standards? You're forcing it. Like, you must. If I do... No deal. No deal. It's like, first you say, if I do hit 3K subs, I need to make it, and then you say, if I don't hit 3K subs, I need to make it. Like, come on. That's quadruple standard. Alright, so deal. You have no option, train. What is this? This is my channel, bro. Why are you using Easy Track? It's not Easy Track, it's Kato Unitrack, or Kato. It's either one. Why are you using... Yeah, it's not Easy Track, it's Kato Unitrack, and... I've pretty much stopped using Easy Track a long time ago. Like, I only have... the only Easy Track... Let's just say... yeah, let's just say the only Easy Track sections I have now are... pretty much in storage. I don't use them anymore. They haven't seen the light of day for months. I don't even use them. I've just switched completely to Kato Unitrack. And I would recommend Kato Unitrack to anyone who's willing to try it. It's not too expensive. It's durable. It's realistic. The trains run great on them. It's just a really nice system. And if you have Easy Track, that's okay. If it works for you, just go make escapees in Ohio. Okay. I don't have any trips planned in Ohio, but if I ever do go into Ohio, maybe. I don't know where in Ohio. It would be cool to go to Ohio, though. I know there's a lot of the memes about Ohio, but, like, there's some cool stuff there, honestly. There's good train history. So yes. Alright, we'll see. Depending on when I go to Ohio, okay? I've been to Chicago once, but I've never been to Ohio. I do have some trips planned, and I said this in my last stream. I do have some trips planned for 2023, but it's still kind of under wraps. So, we'll have to see what happens with those. Alright. Dayton, Ohio, and New Martinsville, Virginia. I'm still ballasting this thing, but it's kinda getting hard to access. Probably should have ballasted this before I put the trains down, but whatever. I got them down now. Anyways. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, Take Me Home, Country Roads. Good song. Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. I hear her voice in the morning hours. She calls me. Radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. There. If this live stream gets 20 likes, actually no. If this live stream gets 15 likes, I will sing what Country Roads as fast as I can. That's stupid. Wow. Oh, gotta use the brush. Now you might also be thinking, train person, you can use animation if there's something hard. If there's something hard, like it's hard to make a certain scene since it doesn't exist on YouTube or I can't get permission for it, why don't I animate it? My animating skills are poop, that's why. So, funny story, I used to animate back in the edgy, stupid days of 2020. It was more of like a thing I tried out to see how good I was at it. I was not good at it. I tried out Flip-a-Clip. It was not that good. And almost all my videos of it are deleted now. And yeah. Anyways. Moving on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fortnite escapees in Ohio, bruh. Oh, come on. Fortnite escapees in Ohio. Oh my gosh. Railfan CSX Brooklyn Junction. I can't railfan... Let me just put it this way. I can't railfan CSX in Brooklyn Junction, but I'm hoping to railfan CSX in other places in 2023. New Martinsville is the best city in Tyler. Well, okay. Let's just say that I want to railfan... In 2023, I am hoping to railfan CSX somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where, but I'm hoping to railfan CSX somewhere. So, let's say that. It's true. It's true. Where I'm traveling next year, I am hoping to railfan CSX. Still under wraps, but somewhere. Somewhere in CSX territory, which I'm actually looking forward to, because I haven't really seen much CSX. Well, I've seen a decent amount of CSX, but it would be really good to see more. You should run trains. Maybe. Right now it's... this layout isn't operational. I can make it operational, because pretty much all I have to do is wire the terminal sections, because that cool kid stuff. Yes. Pretty much all I have to do to make this operational is wire the terminal sections, because at the very, very back of this set is my Cato terminal sections, and I was just using those because, like, I had to use literally almost every single piece of Cato Unitrack that I have to make this, so I had to use the, my terminal sections, and the terminal sections pretty much look the exact same as normal track sections, except they have a wire which connects to a transformer, which connects to an outlet, and there you have power. So pretty much all I have to do is wire up that. Do you have any Bachmann-Thomas models? No? Well, kind of, yes. I have a Hornby duck. I do have a Hornby duck. I've had that for several years now. But I don't have any. I don't have any Bachmann Thomas engines. I do have some Bachmann Thomas rolling stock. The story of that goes that at a train show all the way back in 2019, I got this little bundle of a Mr. Beast. Hello to Blue Tender engines. Welcome to the stream. Anyway, so I got this bundle of a Hornby duck and several pieces of Bachmann Thomas rolling stock, like troublesome trucks, and just basic Bachmann Thomas rolling stock. That's yeah, you get it. It's just the normal Bachmann rolling stock that you get in Thomas stuff. But so I got the Hornby duck and the Bachmann rolling stock for $30 to $35, which is a really, really good deal, and it's why I like train shows so much, because you get deals like that. And the nice part is, the Hornby duck still runs, and it runs quite well for being a model that seems rather old. Like, I don't know how old, but let's just say it was made in Great Britain, so I'd say that's rather old. I'm guessing 90s to 2000s. Can we see it run? I can go and try to get it. I can try to run it on here. Let me go and try to run it. Hang on. I'll be right back. I'll get the Hornby duck. I'll be right back. I have acquired Thomas stuff. On this day of days. Ah yes, the day of days. So we have the Hornby duck himself. I actually didn't know that this was a Hornby engine until after I had bought it. I was just looking at my stuff that I got, because I thought this was a Bachmann engine at first, but then I looked at it more closely and I was like, oh my gosh, this is Hornby! So that's when I realized, with great euphoria, I had gotten my first ever Hornby engine. This is my first ever engine by Hornby that I ever got, and it was completely by accident, so that was pretty cool. And down here it says, made in Great Britain, and it has an older Hornby logo, so I think this is an older model. I would guess like 1990s, maybe late 80s. So it's a quite impressive model, especially for $30, $35. And then this is the brake van that came with it. It was duck, a brake van, several cattle cars, troublesome trucks, just basic Bachmann Thomas rolling stock, and the brake van, and duck. So, since you guys wanted to see it run, let's run duck in Kearney. Well, there's something you don't see every day. A Great Western Pannier tank engine in Kearney, Nebraska, alongside a Union Pacific coal train. Well, isn't that nice? Wow. Okay, so let me wire this thing up. Let me wire this up. We have our power pack. We have the wire from our terminal section at the very end of the set, so that I put it at the very end of the set so you can't see the wire. Yeah, and this is gonna be a bit dodgy, but a lot of the stuff that I do is dodgy, so probably used to it. Let me just adjust the ballast a bit here while I'm back here. I'm gonna need more. How's the chat doing? Good. Alright, almost ready for the duck to run. I need to see, we have an outlet back here, yes. We do have an outlet. That's the biggest problem. I'm going to have to find an electrical outlet back here. I'm also going to have to move a bit of stuff, because I have some stuff back here. Ah yes, the good old edge of the set, our favorite. It feels cool to be able to say that, edge of the set. That just sounds very technical for filmmaking. I don't know if you guys know this, but like my older YouTube days, I really wanted to be a filmmaker. Like, I made sets like this for a lot of different videos. And of course, now I still do it, but I just try not to be as crazy about it. I just think it's still a fun thing. I don't do it so much because, like, I want to, or no, like, I do it because I want to. I do it because I like doing it. It's fun. But I used to do it because, like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so popular. It's going to be so cool. Though I did still do it because it was fun, but I also did it because it was going to be popular. And nowadays, I mostly do it because it's fun. But I used to be so into filmmaking that, like, I would watch all of I would, like, watch a bunch of behind-the-scenes YouTube videos. I would watch every single Mad Bomber video by Leo Kim Video, just to get, like, tips on filmmaking and modeling and building sets and stuff. Like, I was really into this stuff. I really wanted to be a filmmaker. And, now I don't really know if making, like, big shot films is the life for me. I don't think so, but I still think it's a really fun hobby because, I mean, I'm so used to building models, and now I can do it on a very cool scale, I guess. Anyway, enough of that little talk. Let's get duck running, hopefully. Intermission while I try to wire this. Oh, I might fall. Or the TV will. There's a TV here. Oh boy. What was that? Oh gosh. Okay. Alright, the overpass collapsed. Am I gonna be able to run duck now? I don't know if I'll be able to run duck. Shed broke. Alright, I'm gonna have to put that back together. Now I don't know if I'll be able to run duck. Let me just check down here. There might be an electrical outlet under the table. The outlet I was looking for was behind the TV, which you can't really see in frame. You might barely be able to see it, but it's not really in frame. There was an outlet behind the TV, and I was trying to reach that. I couldn't, so now I'm gonna see if there's an outlet under the table. If not, then I'm sorry. I don't think I'll be able to run duck unless I change my entire camera angle. Unless, actually, I might have another idea. Give me a second, I might have another idea. Alright, this idea might work. This might actually work. There's another outlet, which isn't even in frame at all. Also enjoy the new shot of the set. Yay! A new shot of the set. You can hardly see me now, but now you can see more of the train. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so, my new idea. I use a completely new terminal section on the other side of the set, because there's a whole nother terminal section on the other side of the set. Almost web. And I use the power pack. To run that terminal section. There's an outlet that's out of frame here, and I get the outlet from there. I plugged the power pack into the outlet that is out of frame. And while that's going on, I will the power pack, yes. While that is going on, I will rebuild the overpass. The thing is about this, I know that I said that I completed it, but I never permanently glued them, simply because I didn't know if I was ever going to, like, if I was going to move them around so much. I figured it would be easier to move them in sections, rather than moving the entire thing if the entire thing was glued together. And, Yay, the camera fell. And I want to have that little freedom of choice. Like, if I glue it, there's pretty much no going back. It's staying like that. But if I keep it in sections, there's always the opportunity for me to move it around or put it together as one big piece and take it apart again. It's a bit more of a, I guess, freedom in that. You can argue with me on that, but yeah. That's how it is. That's how it will be for now. For now. Anyway, I can probably work on this later. Now I guess I'll try to run duck. Keyword try. And since this is a since this is a small set, it's only point to point, it's not a full loop. So duck will only be running back and forth the entire time. So that is why. But it's fine. I mean, that's not the end of the world if it's running back and forth like that. So, we try this again. We get our little cord. Hi, Mr. Toy. I got another stream going. I'm building a Kearney on the Union Pacific Main Line. But we kind of got off topic, and now I'm running a Hornby Duck on a Kearney mock-up set. So, yeah, that's how we got here. And we are now plugged in, so let's run duck. Hello, gaming up dude. Alright, I plugged it into the wrong thing. Okay, so it doesn't run on that line, it runs on this line. This line is the one with the terminal section. Yeah, sometimes it needs a bit of motivation, because I haven't run it for a while. Oh nice, you got a Bachmann 57XX. Yeah, I haven't run duck in a while, so it needs a bit of motivation, but it'll get going. Run the Great Western Boy. He is gonna say hi to the camera. He says hello, chat. It needs a bit of motivation, because it's an older model, and I haven't run it for a while. But yeah, very agile. Going to render him. Hi, duck. Hello, chat. Let me uncouple the brake van. One thing about these couplers is that they're hard to connect, so I don't really like that. Katie, moment. Okay, running duck lights. Now he's really getting there. Now he's got the spring back in his step. Kind of. Yeah, very good starts and stops. Let's get it on the siding. Running past the camera. This might be a big mistake. Okay, it wasn't a big mistake. I bought some Penn Central stuff on eBay earlier. It's diagrams of Buckeye Yard and Alfredi Perlman Yard. That's pretty cool. While I was in North Platte, I got a book about Conrail's history, and it was quite interesting. I just got it because I thought, it's a nice little redemption story. We like a good redemption story, especially in railroad history, and it was pretty cool. Anyway, running duck onto the siding now. There we go. Running him on the siding. Look at him go. Hornby Duck in Kearney. What will he do? Yeah, books like that are awesome. And I think that Conrail book is relatively new. +300 page book on how Penn Central failed. The way I see it is that I think Penn Central actually had some alright potential. I mean, it was the biggest railroad in the country. It had some... The potential was there. It could have been a really big railroading powerhouse. I think... I watched a documentary about Penn Central. I think one of the reasons why it fell as hard as it did was the management of the two railroads was so different. Like, the way that New York Central managed with Alfred Perlman was so different to how Pennsylvania managed, and the way that they clashed together, it just didn't go together well, which was one reason why it ended up being so bad. There are many reasons, of course, but that was one of them. And well, at least the Penn Central was somewhat profitable in one thing, the Northeast Corridor. That's something, right? I think so. I mean, the potential was there. Yeah, now I'm just running Duck because I'm bored. Maybe I should run, like, all my engines that I have on here. I'd like to model the Union Pacific Wyoming Division Sydney sub, Kearney sub, and Salt Lake sub in HO scale and 7.5 inch gauge. Pretty cool. If you saw some of you might have seen my video that I went to the Kearney sub in October, which is basically how I became obsessed with the Union Pacific, and it's partially why I have this model now. Call me basic, but I want to model Sodor. Understandable. Final thing about Penn Central, the merger should have been gradual, slowly consolidating systems instead of all at once. Alright. Alright. Well, I think that's... Duck has got his spot... his time in the spotlight, but it's time for another engine. Alright, so... Duck can become like an inspection engine or something for the Kearney subdivision. And we will run BNSF 8010 in the meantime. This is actually the first time I've run this engine. This is actually the first time I've run this engine on DC instead of DCC. But it doesn't really matter because it's programmed to analog anyway on DCC, so... Okay, now about UP. I have a bunch of builders' photos that I'll post in the Discord server soon from... Ooh, okay. Alright. Banishing Duck to the Shadow Realm. Okay. Sorry, I'm just not a big fan of that meme. I'm just not. But anyway, 8010, BNSF, running on Kearney sub. Ooh, smooth. Very smooth. I like it. A smoothie. The lights are so good. Sorry, this is my first time running it on DC. I already said that, but... Wow. Yeah, it's a nice model. I got this at my local train store. Very cool. I also got the Thomas the Tank Engine Complete Collection book for Christmas. Nice. I got the complete collection of the Railway series. Well, it's technically not the complete collection because it's only Wilbert's books. It's not Christopher's books, so I'd still have to find those. But I have the first 26 books of the Railway series. I got those for my birthday, and it's actually pretty good. There's some interesting stuff in there that wasn't in the show. And I read that in the Welcome Back to Blue Tender Engines. That's nice. You got a 14XX. Pretty cool. Anyway, so I got a book of the Railway series for my birthday, and I actually read that on my trip to Disney World over the summer. I just read that on the flight, so I had something to do. And yeah, pretty good. Ooh. Yes, very smooth runner. I recently watched Sam's Train's review I have 2 complete collections books, but one had a cardboard cover, so it fell off. Oh, dang it. I don't know if any of you have watched Sam's Trains' recent review on the Walthers BNSF GP9, which is it's a pleasant coincidence because Sam got a Walthers diesel engine, which was his first Walthers diesel engine, and I got a Walthers diesel engine, which is, I'm pretty sure, my first Walthers diesel engine. Where do you live? The United States. That's obvious. Nebraska. Let's just say it like that. And let's not go any deeper because reasons. This is the internet. Anyways. So yeah, it's cool how Sam did a review on a Walthers engine, and I recently got a Walthers engine. And yeah, I can understand his excitement. This is a very pleasant model. Train person address reveal. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Never. Never. I have a Walthers Conrail, nice. I do have a bit of Walthers rolling stock. I have some Walthers, I have some container well cars. I have a Walthers Amtrak Superliner and a Walthers Great Northern Empire Builder passenger car. So I do have a bit of Walther stuff, but this is my... You have some Walter rolling stock. I know where this is going. But anyway, like Walter... I saw that joke coming a mile away. I saw that coming. Anyway, but this is my first ever Walthers diesel locomotive, and I gotta say, it's pretty good. I like it. It's definitely a good solid engine. It's just a nice engine to have. And the Gevo in general, since I mostly model a modern era, should I post the builder photos in general? Yeah, sure. I'm not too worried about where you post them. So, yeah. But yeah, for someone like me who's modeling trains in the modern day, a Gevo like this is just a good engine to have because you can model it in many different situations. You can model it on coal trains, stack trains, manifests, even like geometry trains, like stuff like that, office car specials, even helping out on Amtrak. The Gevo is just one of those engines that you can use it in a lot of different scenarios. So it's just a nice solid engine to have, and I'm glad I got it. Well, my mom got it for me as a Christmas present, so thank you, Mom. Anyway, so yeah, yeah, very fun. Does it have sound? It does not have sound, but you know what does have sound? Union Pacific 5714. I'm considering running that, but I'm considering about running that after this, but I've never run it on DC before, and you know what else? I saw that joke coming a mile away too. I know it's right. I know it's a Muscle Man regular show joke. I've heard that 1,000 times. What is your Discord? We're a great big rolling railroad. Yeah. What is your Discord? I made a community post about my Discord server a few days ago, so you can just check my community tab. Hopefully the link still works to my Discord server. You can just check that out. It's kind of dead, but oh well. So, let's hope that this doesn't do anything bad because of the DCC engine. But let's run Union Pacific 5714. This absolute beauty. It's an amazing engine. And I should also say that for those of you who watched the train show video, this thing had a bit of operational problems. We have gotten those fixed, more or less, so now it actually runs. Now this thing actually runs. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. If the sound cuts off suddenly, it's just because I throttled it down to 0. It's still a bit finicky in how it runs, but at least it runs. And when it does run, it's actually quite smooth, so it's pretty good. And the sounds are great on this. The sounds are really good, so that's also nice. Who's that coming down the track? I'm in. Okay, good. Welcome to the Discord server. But, yeah, I have a Discord. So, if anybody else asks, I have a Discord server. I made a community post about it. So, yeah. Alright. Hello, peoples. So yeah, that's 5714. A very nice engine now that it's running. It was a good call on my part to choose that. Yes, very nice runner. Now I guess the only thing for me to do is just get another Union Pacific engine so I can have an all Union Pacific train, but until then, I'm gonna have to go with some BNSF Union Pacific tag teaming, foreign power, that sort of thing. So yeah, also the stream's almost cracked the hour mark, yay! And I haven't really made much progress in Kearney. Great, very, very accomplished. But, I mean, I ballasted it a bit, so that's something, so. I did something in the stream. Could you send the link to the server, because I can't get it on my tablet. The thing about that is, make it go until 12:01. I don't know if I can do that either, just because I can only do so much, so I don't know. And I'm doing this, for those who don't know, I make all my videos on an iPhone, so I'm streaming this on mobile right now, and if I were to post the link in chat, I'd have to go copy the link in my Discord server, come back onto the stream, after which, because I came off of the stream, it might end it automatically, because it's like that, so I don't know if I can do that, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that or not. I'm sorry. Fine, okay. So can you not access the... Will you ever do your own streams? If you mean, like, StreamYard stuff, I don't know. Because I don't know if you can do StreamYard on mobile. And even if you can, I don't know if that's really my sort of thing. Yeah, I used to do StreamYard streams, but those were on a computer, and I just didn't really... I guess I just didn't really click much with those, I don't know. But, yeah. You can. I can't do them on mobile? Well, alright then. Oh, and it moved the camera. Yay! It's also cool how both of these engines have directional lighting, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if that's like a normal thing in model trains nowadays, but yeah. I could also run 5799. It's another Kato diesel, and it's in the far back. I could try running that, just because I haven't run it yet. Alright, so let's run our third Kato. Let's run our third engine of the night. Technically fourth. Union Pacific 5799! Yeah. It's a bit more worn. Why don't you do day out with Duck? Do you have a scale trains locomotive? I do. I have last year for Christmas. I got a Scale Trains BNSF Tier 4 Gevo, and it's also a pretty nice engine. It's in the rivet counter line, so it's great. I do really like it a lot. But I can go and get it maybe later. But for now, I'll just run 57.99 just to see how it runs. Oh, it's off the tracks, so there we go. It's not as good of a runner, but it still runs. And I weathered it a bit just to make it look a bit more harder at work. And I think it came out okay. It also has directional lighting. It's a bit more quiet, it's a bit more worn, but it still runs. And yeah, still stands. As you can probably tell, it's a bit battered. I tried to get it fixed, but there wasn't much that the train store could do, so... I mean, they did help a little bit. They got it new couplers and stuff, but there wasn't much to do, so I tried to fix it, but there was only so much I could do, so I just weathered it a bit to make it look a bit more harder at work. Yeah. Also, yay, we cracked an hour. I didn't say that. But I hadn't said that yet, but now I had. So yeah, this is $57.99. And together, this trio of $57.99, BNSF 8010, and Union Pacific 5714 back here, this is my trio, which will haul my little pretend coal train on my little pretend Kearney, Nebraska. So they are going to be the ones that I will use for the final video when I actually make a video with this set in it, because I am working on a video which will include this set in it, and then you will kind of understand why I did this, hopefully a little bit. A little bit more, anyway. Now, the trains aren't going to be running in the video that I do this in, just because I don't have enough space to run them. So it's just going to be like a still image. It's just going to be like a still shot of it, but hopefully it still looks alright. And who knows, maybe one day when I do have more storage and I do have more experience and stuff like that, maybe I will make a more detailed, in-depth model of Kearney. We'll just see. Because never know, never know. I'd have to do a bit more investment, but we'll just see what happens. So yeah. And Kearney is a great town. Of course, I went to it. I've been to it before. When I went on my North Platte trip in October, I wanted to stop in Kearney and get on the virtual railfan camera, but we just didn't have time. So Kearney was just... we just drove through Kearney and that was it. On the way back, we did make a stop in Kearney, but it was for lunch. We just stopped in the drive-thru at Taco John's, got some Taco John's. It was pretty good. I liked it. And then we just headed back on our way. So just stopped briefly in Kearney. And there's a railroad museum in Kearney. I didn't know about that until after the trip. So Trains Across Western Nebraska, the sequel. We go back to Kearney, get on virtual railfan, go to the museum. Yay. As if the first one didn't do badly enough, and then we get a sequel of it. But whatever, shush. Yeah, Trains Across Western Nebraska wasn't that popular of a series, but it was a pretty fun trip. I did like it. It was a fun trip. And it marked the longest train I have ever seen. Union Pacific Monster Coal Train with 3 mid-DPUs. which I got a front row seat for in the Golden Spike Tower. Very fun. And that Union Pacific coal train may or may not be the subject of my upcoming video. So that's why I am building a set of Kearney. Ugh. I've been sitting still like this for a while, so I might just end the stream after a bit just because I'm getting a bit tired. I know it feels weird not to keep this going until midnight, but I'm just tired. I'm sorry, I am. And there's only so much I can talk about. Yeah. Can you run the Hornby Duck with wagons? I can run it with wagons. I will have to go and get the wagons. So let me get $57.99 off. We end when I say you can. What do you mean when I say you can? Alright. I'll be right back to get more rolling stock for duck. Alright, I have some troublesome trucks. The stream might have cut off for a sec. Okay, I don't know why it's froze. It's probably because my phone turned off and then YouTube went all crazy. Oh my gosh. Is it unfrozen now? Let's hope so. Sorry about that little technical difficulty. Sorry about that. Hello, 10 viewers. Thank you for coming. So, let's get Duck and the trucks on. It's back. Yes. And I can't keep this going till midnight because, one, I would be absolutely exhausted. And two, where I am, it's not even 9 p.m. So if I kept this going till midnight, the stream would be over 4 hours long. And I cannot do that. I'm sorry. I just, no. No. Nuh-uh. So we got our goods train. We got our duck. We have our troublesome trucks ready to cause havoc, unfortunately. Do 2 streams. No. I'm sorry, no. Before 12 Eastern Time. That would be 11 Central Time here, but still, I can't. I know it's New Year's Eve, and we're all staying up late, but I don't think I can stay up. I don't think I can make a stream that late, I'm sorry. But anyway, we got Duck and a goods train, yay. Duck and a goods train, yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, I don't know, I just don't think I can handle that. But yes, Duck is running. Very cool. And then he's going to crash. Like that. And then we are going to leave the wreck behind because we do that. For the builders photos, I have EMB, GE, Alco, and even some Baldwin. Nice. Yeah, I've seen a few builders photos, but not many. Have a nice, happy New Year. You too, Tony. And since there aren't many people in here, I'm probably just gonna end the stream. A few more back and forth runs with Duck, and that might be it. So, yep. And now he can really speed along with his one single truck. Very cool. Happy New Year to you too. Thanks for sticking around with the entire stream, or almost the entire stream. But thanks for all the cool stuff. Thank you so much for an amazing 2022. I'm just amazed at how blessed this year has been. It's great. But yeah, that's about it for the stream. I'll finish my build of Kearney very soon. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you for sticking around. Happy New Year from Massachusetts. Bye, everyone. See you in 2023. Happy New Year.